This song is too violent. You're talking about killing people? In your music? No, not in my
It all started years ago when D4vd's mother warned that his music was too violent, and in the end, she was right. Behind all the fame, he was disturbingly open with friends, even laughing as he admitted to killing Celeste. What once felt like just lyrics now sounds like a terrifying confession. Here are the chilling details of the case that shook music and social media. The entertainment world has seen scandals before, but what happened in September 2025 shocked even the toughest critics. David Anthony Burke, known as D4vd, went from selling out arenas to becoming the focus of a homicide investigation. At the center of it all was the horrifying discovery of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez's decomposed body inside the trunk of his abandoned Tesla. On September 8, 2025, workers at a Hollywood tow yard reported a foul smell coming from a black Tesla Model 3 that had been abandoned in the Hollywood Hills. The car was traced directly to Burke, and inside the front trunk, or frunk, police found Celeste's body wrapped in a plastic bag, so badly decomposed that the cause of death could not be determined right away. The official report later suggested she may have been dismembered and left there for months, possibly since she went missing in April 2024. Her identity was confirmed on September 17th through dental records and a small tattoo on her index finger, which eerily matched one Burke had in black ink on his own finger, though hers was red. What once seemed like a private sign of closeness became undeniable proof to the public. Celeste had been reported missing several times and was last seen alive in Lake Elsinore, California. Before vanishing in the spring of 2024, her family had spent over a year searching for answers, only to face the unthinkable: their daughter's body found in the car of one of music's fastest rising stars. News spread online almost instantly as media confirmed the vehicle was registered to Burke. Within hours, hashtags like #JusticeForCeleste were trending across X, formerly Twitter, and YouTube creators began breaking down the timeline, questioning Burke's guilt and pointing to the disturbing themes in his lyrics.
So singer David is in some hot water. Previously, it was reported a dismembered body was found in the trunk of his car while he was on tour. Today, the dead body was identified as a 15-year-old who's been missing since she was.
This clip showed the instant shock and disgust people felt. They were horrified not just by the discovery, but also by the fact that D4vd kept touring and performing as if nothing had happened, even while investigators were closing in. What unsettled the public most was not only what was found, but how Burke behaved afterward. While LAPD detectives were gathering evidence and processing the crime scene, fans spotted him casually playing Fortnite online, live streaming like everything was normal. To many, this felt arrogant, emotionless, or even guilty. His calm attitude quickly became one of the biggest talking points in commentary about the case. Social media users started compiling long threads of evidence, posting photos of Celeste allegedly seen at his concerts after her disappearance, speculating about unreleased songs that seemed to mention her by name, and reviving old claims from Discord communities that had discussed her long before her body was discovered. During this time, Burke restricted comments on his Instagram, canceled several tour dates, and through his team stated that he was fully cooperating with investigators. Critics, however, argued that it was too little too late. What made the situation even more shocking was the path Burke had been on before September 2025. Only months earlier, he had been praised as the voice of General Z, Heartbreak, with viral hits like Romantic Homicide and Here With Me getting millions.
How I got into music is super unorthodox. Like, I wanted to be a professional Fortnite player, but the videos I would post on YouTube would get copyright strike. I cried to my mom about it, and she was just like, well, if you're not making your money, how about you make your own song? And I was like,
One of his first tracks, You and I, went viral and hit 100,000 streams in just 3 days. Almost overnight, Burke went from being just a gamer making music in the background to a rising artist with a sound that connected with people far beyond the gaming world.
I use my sister's closet as a studio. So I'm like in here, it's dark, we got like robes and everything, blankets, whatever. And I'm looking up.
This story of a gamer turned global artist, recording music from a closet, had once inspired fans everywhere. But now those same fans were re-examining everything about him: his lyrics, tattoos, and even old interviews looking for signs that something darker was hidden behind his carefully built image. One of the most talked about moments came from his own family, when Burke admitted in an earlier interview that his mother disliked his song Romantic Homicide because she thought it was too violent.
Like, David, this song is too violent. You talking about killing people in your music? No, not.
What once felt like a lighthearted parenting story now seems eerily prophetic, which is why when talk of a confession started spreading online, people believed it so quickly. On Discord chats, TikTok leaks, and even concert videos, fans claimed he had been hinting at Celeste's story the whole time. A video surfaced from his August 24, 2025, concert in Maryland, where Celeste was allegedly seen in the VIP section despite already being listed as missing. The footage even showed him making heart gestures toward her. Then, just days before her birthday, he announced a new album titled Withered, and the symbolism felt impossible to ignore. Even as detectives raided a Hollywood Hills property connected to him, seizing computers and possible blood evidence, social media users were dissecting every lyric, tattoo, and timeline, creating massive threads accusing him of murder. Whether those accusations were true or just speculation no longer mattered. The court of public opinion had already begun. Lyrics once heard as poetic heartbreak were now reinterpreted as chilling confessions. The case had grown far beyond just a body in a Tesla. It had become about the blurred line between music, reality, and tragedy. When the case exploded in September 2025, one haunting question kept coming up. How could a girl be missing for so long and no one connect the dots? The answer lies in a chain of events that started nearly 2 years before her remains were found. In January 2024, Celeste ran away from her family's home in Lake Elsinore for the first time, and police quickly located her in the Hollywood Hills, the very area where D4vd lived. She was returned home, but this raised troubling questions later. Why had she traveled 70 miles to that exact neighborhood, and who was she meeting? At the time, her parents assumed it was typical teenage rebellion, but now it looked like the first visible thread linking Celeste's life to D4vd's world. Detectives retracing her steps now see that early runaway incident as a clear warning sign. Just 3 months later, in April 2024, Celeste disappeared for the last time. Her brother remembered that she vanished while supposedly on her way to watch a movie with him. Posters went up, local media reported the story, and the Riverside County Sheriff's Office opened a missing person investigation, but leads dried up quickly. Her mother later told reporters that Celeste had a boyfriend named David, which didn't seem significant at first. David is a common name, but after September 2025, the connection was impossible to ignore. David wasn't just any boy. It was D4vd. Perhaps the most damning moment came in August 2025. Just weeks before her body was found, when photos appeared online showing Celeste in the VIP section at D4vd's concert in Silver Spring, Maryland. Despite her being missing for over a year, witnesses claimed she was there with Burke's brother, Caleb, known online as Steve Leb, and one video even seemed to show Burke sending heart signals toward her during the show. If true, this would mean not only that Burke was in contact with Celeste after she was reported missing, but that members of his own family may have known she was around and involved. Details like these push the public to view the case not just as a tragedy but as a possible cover-up. On September 18, 2025, just days after Celeste's body was identified, LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division executed a search warrant at a Hollywood Hills home where Burke had been staying. Detectives seized a computer, clothing, and several bags believed to contain potential blood evidence. Neighbors said police spent hours searching the property, looking for any sign that Celeste had been killed or hidden there. And there was speculation that home security cameras could have captured incriminating footage. This was the moment the investigation shifted from internet rumors to something far darker. The house, once known for music industry parties and recording sessions, was now treated as a possible crime scene. By late September, the fallout was already devastating. Burke canceled the rest of his U.S. tour, ended his $200 a-month Hollywood Hills lease, and saw major brands like Crocs and Hollister immediately cut ties with him. Online, his behavior only fueled the outrage as Celeste's family prepared a vigil in Lake Elsinore. Fans spotted him casually live streaming himself playing Fortnite, which many saw as a shocking show of indifference. One user on X wrote, "How can he play games while the body of a child was found in his car?" The contrast was striking. Just a year earlier, Burke had been praised as one of the most promising young voices in alternative R&B. Now he was being portrayed as a manipulator, a predator, and possibly a killer. If the discovery of Celeste's body was the crime that shook fans, what happened next in the courtroom cemented public outrage. As hearings began in Los Angeles, journalists and attendees described Burke's behavior as arrogant, sarcastic, and disturbingly unemotional. Reports said he entered court with the same swagger he showed on stage. And instead of acting remorseful, he joked with his entourage, rolled his eyes during testimony, and was even seen laughing while prosecutors described the gruesome discovery of Celeste's body in his Tesla. Just 2 years earlier, Burke had been celebrated as a prodigy, a teenager who turned gaming montages into platinum hits, recording music from his sister's closet and collaborating with stars like Kali Uchis, praised as a role model for Gen Z creativity. But now, every achievement was being re-examined under the harsh light of suspicion. Even his most loyal fans admitted they could no longer listen to his songs without thinking of Celeste, her tattoo, or her tragic death. The conversation had shifted away from music and toward morality. Could a young star have been hiding a confession in his art all along? Or was the public projecting tragedy onto lyrics that were always meant as fiction? As outrage grew, one question became impossible to ignore. What was the true nature of his relationship with Celeste? What started as an online friendship appeared to have turned into something far darker. Perhaps even an obsession. As investigators pieced together Celeste's life, one detail kept coming back: her connection to David Anthony Burke. The world knew him as D4vd, but this was far from a typical fan and celebrity interaction. It began online, grew in secrecy, and ultimately ended in tragedy. According to one of Celeste's former teachers, she first connected with Burke on social media sometime in 2022 or 2023. She was only 11 to 13 years old then. While he was already 17 to 19, she reportedly described him to friends as a rapper in Los Angeles, a mysterious figure far removed from her quiet life in Lake Elsinore. Her family later confirmed that by the time she turned 13, Celeste was actively involved with someone named David. Her mother told reporters that Celeste often spoke about a boyfriend, though she never met him in person. To her, David was just a name. To the world, that name would soon become infamous. This was the first major red flag: a secret online relationship with a huge age gap, growing outside the watch of responsible adults. What made it even more disturbing were the physical symbols of their connection. Both Burke and Celeste had the same tattoo on their right index fingers, hers in red, his in black. This was no coincidence. Fans later uncovered photos showing when Burke first revealed his tattoo, and its resemblance to hers became undeniable. Then there was the music. Burke's songs often hinted at a secret romance, with one unreleased demo track literally titled Celeste, containing lyrics about a runaway girl, run away from home, all in the name of love. See, run into my loving arm. Critics later called this manipulative, even arguing it was grooming disguised as music. The connection deepened when Burke admitted that his 2025 album Withered was entirely about Celeste, with some tracks even featuring her voice woven into the production, a haunting detail that blurred the line between muse and victim. But the trail didn't stop there. On Discord servers linked to Burke's community, users had been talking about a girl named Celeste as early as 2022. Screenshots allegedly showed references to a romantic relationship between her and Burke, though many of the posts were later deleted by moderators. Some users believed she was 18 or 19, while others claimed Burke knew her real age all along. Even TikTok contained chilling clues. In January 2024, Burke posted a clip tagging an account with Celeste's exact birthday, replying to a fan comment with the words, "Should we?" At the
and David have matching tattoos on their hand. The mom of the girl recalls hearing from her that her boyfriend's name is...
Evidence wasn't just piling up in police files, it was also hiding in plain sight online, uncovered by fans, Reddit users, and amateur investigators. Celeste's brother even said he suspected she had been dating Burke. Yet no one came forward before her disappearance in April 2024. Later, allegations surfaced that Burke had been paying Celeste's family hush money, reportedly as much as $10,000 a week, to keep the relationship secret. Though unverified, this rumor only added fuel to the growing